welcome to another episode of Unpacked
and Unfiltered. And today we are here with one of my absolute favorite people in the world, Bexx Noie, who happens to be my oldest daughter. Yes. So, and we're not like your mom. Lucky you. Hello, lucky for me.
She's the one we talked about in the first episode.
Oh,
About you two looking a lot alike.
we did. Yeah, I about you. Actually, it is you. I'm talking shit. Well, at least we were talking it. Well, behind your back, I guess. Talking shit behind my back, but the fuck stuff. I know, so I know.
Consent. That's how we do consent around here.
That is how we do consent around here. Yes.
Oh my god.
Today we're talking about one of my favorite subjects, but first, before we get to that, we want to start each episode with an unfiltered story. So we're going to unpack that story today, and we'll take a story from our listeners so you guys can send in your anonymous stories. But today's anonymous story is not anonymous.
That's not anonymous.
It's not anonymous, but you know what? If you are the lucky listener who the story is about, then surprise.
That's all you would hear out there, you know. See, and this is how you're unfiltered. Just a guy like that.
Yeah,
Still with it or no.
and this does somewhat pertain to our podcast today. So here, and let's do our unfiltered story. Well, I started on talking about my ex-boyfriend. Okay, there you go. Let's go.
I don't know. There were a lot of. He just wasn't good in the first place, but he
Tell us a story. Tell us one story that was just like would blow our minds, that made you realize that maybe this wasn't the high quality relationship that you had hoped for.
Yeah, we were going to dinner. He was unemployed. I left my job, but he was embarrassed to not be the one giving me cards, so I just slid him my card so that he could give it to them. God.
Okay, so
Yeah. Opinion, sorry. No, literally.
okay, was that the time you broke up with him, or did you date him for a while after that?
I think I dated him for like 6 months after that. I had to break it. No, that wasn't just one time. That was a lot of times.
Right. So you helped protect his
He had to go, yeah. Also, I remind him to brush his teeth every day.
That was very kind of you.
Yeah, you are a sweetheart. Definitely older sister, shining bright. Yeah. You.
Okay. Well, there's our unfiltered story for today.
Yeah.
About to say.
Yeah. If your man makes you do that, break up with him, please.
Sure is. Okay. Well, today we are talking about modern dating and how do we as women stay soft with strong boundaries while having strong boundaries at the same time.
And dating with boundaries. But you don't have to be a bitch to have boundaries. You can be soft, you can be stern, you can be clear, and you can still be feminine. You don't have to feel like you're in your masculine.
Absolutely.
Be soft.
Absolutely. And one reason we wanted to bring Hannah on the show today is that Hannah was a Hannah from my school. And one thing that I have been so proud and seeing her over the last 4 years is the Hannah backhead is not necessarily the Hannah we see today. Hannah we see today has very strong boundaries. I love that. Would you have been dating still at this point?
Not in the second date.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to talk about what was it that made those changes? Why are you a different person?
I think it's just kind of, it wasted my time. And also one thing that I think about all the time is like, a relationship is supposed to add to your life, not make it harder. I accept it not. So, and that's one thing that I kind of like live by now and have lived by for the past little bit. I think I saw that on some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of internet.
It was something with your mother?
No.
Oh, I should be watching it. That's unfortunate your mother didn't teach you that.
I don't even remember where I saw it, but it always stuck with me. And just like, well, if he's making me more sad than happy, then like leave. And you said something there where it's like, I felt like I wasted time. And then you fixed that right after by saying, I learned this.
Yeah.
So when you're learning something, it's never a waste of time.
Absolutely.
It's you learn this and now you're not gonna repeat it. Yeah, it's like it's a lesson, not a like. There's always gonna be regrets. Yeah, with everybody you date, there's gonna be regrets. But I feel like when you learn the lesson, you're like, oh yeah, we're doing that twice. Because you went through it, and it could have been worse, but you went through it, and you're like, oh, okay.
It's refining you. It's getting better. Is what they look out for too. Yeah. Absolutely. And I like what you said about, is it adding to a life? Because if you look at, especially you look at, it's a different type of woman that we have now that we're going to talk about later. Women now, we're strong, we're capable, we're independent, we're doing a lot of things on our own that we didn't do before. So can you add to that? You add value to the value that I'm already making inside. And if you can, great. I think I'm welcoming it. But if you can't, like she said before, that was your fault, then I totally aren't for that anymore.
And I also think it's like be yourself before you even get in a relationship, and be like confident, be the person that you want to be, and then it's someone that you get to be that person with instead of someone that you kind of like revolve around, or something that adds confidence to you. Yeah, somebody that makes you want to be more virgin. Yeah, and someone that just like you have fun with, but you're also you, and you'd be fine with that, but you want to be around them.
Yeah, that is beautiful. I love that. Oh, what a great feeling to hear that going from your daughter. I'm sorry. It is. How do you sincerely one of my very best friends?
I have psych degree, so I learned a lot in that too.
That's cool. She did. That's cool. What about how did she just graduate from University of Utah in psych and pre-med? And a pre-med TAMS? She's currently applying to med school, so
got to submit them in the next couple days.
Right. So I'll be back on here in 4 years.
Yeah, so it's with more serious.
Yeah, more serious education.
That's so great.
It is so great. So here's a question: what is it right now? What is it about men that what are they doing?
I want to make these mistakes. Why are they making these mistakes? I feel like, first of all, they've gotten really lazy.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like if you're in a certain state where there's a ton of very successful, beautiful, good women, they get lazy. And if you suck up once, they're up to the next because they've got a freaking plethora of women. And that's the difference. Is like, also women are getting to the point to where we don't, like, it's like you said before, if you're not adding to our lives, we actually don't need someone. Because we figured out, like, we're happy. We think we can get by on our own. Right. And if you're not adding to a level of peace and safety, then we don't, like, a lot of us who really truly don't need a man if they can't do that. So I feel like men have gotten a little lazy, and I don't mean to attack the men.
Absolutely. And I think there's also a gap still with generational. What are they still learning? What are they still learning at their fathers? What are they still carrying from the whole patriarchal society? And especially it's heavy here in Utah, where we live, but it's also in other areas of the country where, in the world, where they're still playing these roles that are not fitting and serving us as women. That they want control, they want to be the man, they want these things.
If they want to be the man, that's wonderful. But don't take away from the woman being the woman. Like, it should feel the woman. It should feel us to want to be more feminine. And also, like, when a woman feels safe with her man being a man, then we want to be more sexy too. We want to be more sexual for them, because that's, like, we can't turn down until we feel safe.
Absolutely. And I think that's a mixed message where it's to be a man doesn't mean to be,
we have to be aggressive.
Hey, you still need to be smart. You still need to be human. And there's a part of me that feels really sad, especially for my boys, where you can still be vulnerable. It doesn't mean toughen up. It doesn't mean don't cry. It doesn't mean it's a different world and it's a different message. And it doesn't mean don't be human. You are human. You can take these things. You can step in your vulnerability. And that's what makes a man beautiful. So it is. And sorry, go ahead. Okay, sorry. I was just kind of adding to it too, because, like, me personally, like, a relationship or someone that I'm, like, romantically attracted to or whatever, or sexually attracted to, I like some masculine man.
for sure ask not to let you, and some people don't. And it's not like I'm saying like I want him to be over me. I just want him to be like, it's kind of hard to like, I feel like there's a difference between like I want to be equals, but like he's masculine, I'm feminine. Right? Absolutely, yeah. And there's huge difference between those two things. The feminine, we are meant to change and help things flow, and the man gives structure. And
Well, there's a big conversation. What is it that makes a woman feel safe?
I love that.
What makes me feel safe is not you controlling me. It's you letting me be me. It is you me feeling safe to be who I am with you, and you letting me feel vulnerable. You accepting all parts of me. Now I feel like I can cry those big, beautiful, honest feelings.
You know, fix it. I can grow up next to the stage and not have still one emotional triggers. You're not have like that rigid like. And also, you can cry in my heart and see it too. That is so like that. Yeah, it's not like it's safety for him too. Yeah, like it's not just. I feel like it's just two people that should help each other, but also just their own people. But they just really like being around each other. Absolutely, that. And it's like who you're attracted to. I'm attracted to a masculine man usually. Yeah, well, that's all of us.
Absolutely.
Like, how is this like? I'm sorry, we've all gone on dates where we've dated a man that is like, oh gosh, so feminine that you look at him and you're like, how am I supposed to keep being attracted to this?
But some people are attracted to that, and which is great.
There was one guy that I was convinced, I'm still convinced that he doesn't even like girls. Did get it off, but
you know what?
Something actually maybe.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Gosh. Yeah. But like, you know what? It was just not there. Yeah. Well, I mean, we all have that where we date people and we're just like, I'm always such a huge fan of meeting people face to face because then you get to read their vibe. And then you get to be like, okay, what kind of person are you? How do you talk? How do you hold yourself? And I guess same with women too. But like when you say you've been talking online for a long time and then you finally meet somebody, tell us the creative story you got. Oh, absolutely. I haven't met up with many people from like dating apps or online. Oh, okay. That's good.
Have you met with anyone online?
Yeah, my freshman year, because I had just barely gotten out of a long-term relationship, I was just like, you know what, I'm an adult. Yeah. Okay.
Any bad experience with him?
I only was one or two on Tinder. Two me. But one of them, it's like you meet up with him and you get a lot because he's like an outgoing personality, which I like, or a guy that I can like bounce back and forth easily, and that's not awkward because sometimes I can be awkward if it's tough. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Part of us can though. Part of us can feel awkward. It can't go.
If it's not just like there's just people. It's not like a certain person, but like you play with, and I'm not saying like I clicked with him, but like we could just talk. And then I found out his body count was like 80. Oh, yeah, but which is not bad. I'm not changing into that. But no, like he was 18.
Oh, you know what? Those are expectations. Everybody has their extracurricular abilities. Right. And you don't have to say no to that because we already done it. Okay.
I am. Yeah. Like also this was 4 years ago. I was much younger, and apparently when I met him on Tinder, he was 17 too. We never hung out until he was 18, but apparently his Tinder age was a lot higher now. So but here's the other thing: when you meet somebody like that, you're like, how long am I going to stick around? Like, am I just the passing thing for the day? And if you know that, then sure, you can play along for a minute. But when I'm like, like, how many a year is that? Like, if you were like 15, that's like, that's like 15 a year or something. Or no, that's not 15. That's
okay. About was hard.
6-10 a year.
Yeah, actually, that was pretty good math on the spot.
Okay, pause. Okay, hold your thoughts. I'm just making sure everything's running because last time it fucked around for us. Okay, we're still running. Oh, perfect. Like, I'll be gone. Yeah. That's gone. Thank God. But yeah, that's like 16 a year if you lost at 15. Okay, so wait, no. Okay, my math was on, because that's 3 years, that was 15. 16 a year if it was at 13.
On women. And this is a real conversation because you have men who they don't want to pay for the date. You have men who don't want to tell you out, they want you to go out with them. You have boyfriends that are saying that they're expecting the women to pay for everything, their own birthday dinners. There's even stories last weekend, didn't we?
Yeah. And well, he said split the bill, and I was split the bill on your birthday.
After her birthday, after she flew up the stakes, seeing him on her own bill. She said everything on her own bill.
Hell no.
And here's my question. Here's my question now. So you have these women. Let's help these women
realize what they
deserve and understand like it's okay to set a boundary. Because the old narrative, the old dating was, I need to be small. I need to be easy to please. I need to be flexible. Like, it's okay, don't worry.
Yeah, like, you gotta be easygoing, or else you're gonna shove them away, or it's nice for them on.
It's fine.
But sorry, buddy, that is not okay. Like, if you want to be a man, this is how you be a man.
And it doesn't mean that we need to be bitches. No, but it means that we can set boundaries and say, no, that's not okay. Yeah. And to set in our own power and realize that there are plenty of men out there that will raise to the occasion. There are. If you are raising to the occasion.
Or that you're bringing to the table that also betters their violence. Yeah. And also, sorry. Your belt. This is our podcast, girl. Yep. But it's like, if you do stuff for me, I want to do stuff for you. I want to, make a mistake. I want to be, what you're doing for me, too.
Absolutely.
Because, it's not it's an exchange.
It's an exchange.
Absolutely. And it's like, if I'm going to your state, you could drive light. Yeah. Well, okay, let's dive into this. I have a very strong opinion about this. Mm-hmm. Women in the state of Utah especially make a lot less money than men. And
there's a high discrepancy. I think we're right the top.
Yeah, we are one of the worst in the country. And so I have a strong opinion on this. And I am taking time away from my work to come and see you. And you make, I don't know, 30 times to 20 times more than I do a year. Mm-hmm. You should be paying for me to come out. Because first of all, that's taken away from my time. That's taken away from my income. Yes, I'm dying to see you. Yes, I would love to have this fun weekend. But this is something that, honestly, a lot of times I can't afford.
Well, and also that just having this conversation is taken away from my work. Spending time with you on the phone is taken away from my work. I hustle all the time. It's fun.
Yeah.
And I want to. And we can't always do mine. Absolutely. But sometimes we do.
Yeah, absolutely. But I feel like this is one thing I wish men would understand is yes, we want to bring more to your life. We're dying to. Mm-hmm. We all want to. If we really like stuff.
Especially as someone that have kept our hearts soft.
Yeah. And kept us safe and have actually showed up in times you're in different cities and something happens and they bring you peace. They talk you down. They talk to you in a way that makes you feel safe. I mean, there's all these ways that you gain love and respect for a man. Mm-hmm. This is one of those things. It's it becomes very hard to have awkward for long distance relationships and dating because girls a lot of times can't afford it.
Right.
They sure can't afford it. And I'm going to go into this, and I'm sorry, guys, but if you could pay a prostitute $1,500 to $10,000 for a weekend, you can pay for me to go out. A woman that has values, a woman that has a career, a woman that works out hard, and doesn't date a lot.
Absolutely.
That is a bare minimum.
Okay, on the flip side, can I talk about your dates? And she had a guy that pursued her for a very long time. She held her, I would start talking for you, then that's, but she,
just not names or
no
particular things.
No, but she didn't have it didn't work out with her schedule for a very long time. She was like, this isn't going to work, this isn't going to work. One thing I've always respected about Helen is she hasn't budged for a man when it came to what is always most important is that her schooling,
good
and her job, because undergrad for a pre-med student is a lot of patient hours, is a lot of studying, it's a lot of hustle. And Hannah's job, her hours, and as her mom, I also made her pay for education. So it was. I had a strong opinion on knowing the value of your education and working for it so you appreciate it. So for Hannah, she was working her bones off trying to get it all done. So when a man was like, come, I will and see me or do this and I will pay for it, it wasn't just, I'll drop everything and do it. It was also, I don't have the time.
Yeah.
And I can't make this happen. So she had someone that was very patient.
Every single time he came to Salt Lake, were the times I saw him, I thought he came more often, but he hung out with me every time. And we never even kissed before he flew me out.
Yeah, they just seemed there was nothing
great.
So it was not a booty call.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I can make these 3 dates work, and that's it, because I need to work these shifts here and here. And he said, okay, I'll figure things out. He sent her plane ticket. He had her picked her up at the airport. He had dinners planned. He had everything. And then when he had to go to a practice one morning, he had breakfast waiting for her while she slept in bed.
What?
Yes.
Okay. That's normal.
There are good
men out there. I do believe that there are good men that genuinely want to have a connection over just that they were understand. I love that you let him pursue you. Like, I think a lot of times it's hard to let a nice guy pursue you because you're like, what's wrong with him?
Well, she was still busy. Yeah, you know, still
the worst person at answering texts. She really is ever. So, like, there were days that I probably left him on delivery for like days.
Yes.
Just because, well, damn. I'm really texting.
You know, we're working through therapy, so it's
do as God as you. I'm like, damn, we still want to fly me across the country and I barely even talk to you. I never even kissed you. So that's actually really sweet. And I seem to have a tendency to not believe that type of man really exists still, because they roll in your DMs and be like sexting right off the bat. I'm just like, bitch, I don't know you. True.
This is something that man may not understand too that we're talking about, is that we are sensual people. We are sexual beings. We love that. But we also we also want to know that, do you also see that I'm smart?
And all I feel impressed too.
Exactly.
We are interesting.
We are. I have dreams. Like, I have hopes. I have ambitions. Do you see those parts of me?
There's more. There's more here than just going straight. And I understand that the difference between a man and a woman is a man wants sexual connection before other things, and women want actual connection before sex. And so I think that there's a lot of times this misunderstanding between men and women, because men think that that's how they feel. Like, that's how they're going to have feelings for you, and women are the opposite. At the same time, though, there have been guys that I've dated that, like, I was trying to do, like, no, you have to date me first or whatever. And they ended up just not, like guys will say that they're that type of guy. Yeah. And then they're not. And there are some guys that, like, started out as a one-night stand from the bar, and they ended up being big. Yeah.
So, I know. Really, that's happening? No, Stevie, really?
Yeah, like,
you're not.
It's so pretty.
No, but yeah, but
it's wild.
Weird. It's true. Yeah, but I think that's good advice also for the men to be like, let's flip the narrative on this for a second. Let's flip the narrative. What if, and this is just good advice for men all around. Let's flip the narrative and say, what if the first thing a woman said to you was, hey, you're looking good. Can you show me your bank account?
100%.
Like, can you show me how much money you have?
It's the same top turn off for a man as it is for a woman.
If a woman was just like, all I care about is how much money you have.
That is true. Like, guys hate gold diggers and girls hate guys that just send a dick pic.
Like, and they're like, do you care about nothing but how much money you make?
Yeah. It's like, no. You don't care about anything else? Well, you don't care about anything else. Yeah.
The truth is, a woman, I think for us, What we want to know is that you could pay for your own dinner.
Yep.
What we want to know is that you are not going to live up our coattails. That when we're working hard, all you got to provide, that you don't need to borrow our debit card when we're at dinner so that Bob pay for our dinner. No. Like, we're not trying to do it for your goal, but put your back yourself. If the woman wants to pay for dinner, she's gonna fucking pay for dinner.
Yeah, man. Like if I want to do something nice for men after stay, he did something really kind for me. Like, say he took me shopping all day, or he flew out to see me and all this, then yes, I will pay for dinner. Yeah. But it's usually, I want to see him reach for his wallet. Like, I'll make it to the bill, but you better fucking want to reach for your wallet.
Yeah. Yes. I really like that. I just need to know the right thing. He's not going to reach out. Like, I just need to know, you know, care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it.
Paying for something. Especially if it was like my idea, I wanted for your dinner.
Absolutely.
See, if I put in $2, I'm shipping you out, I'm paying for the dinner. It's I'm like, no, the man always has to pay. It's just like I don't want to be, you feel like a moose sugar here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But at the same time, I want to know that you're a protector provider. Like, those are two things that are number one in dating for a high value woman. I feel like, well, not always. I feel like if a high value woman has a good career, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. That's not a negative thing. In fact, we all dream of being in that place in life.
I just think it goes the same. If that's an ick for men, they've got to realize that they would probably want to be seen as a whole person as well.
Oh,
I'm a person, and I'm adventurous. They have dreams. Like,
100%.
So it's the same thing. Like, they're not just sex. They're a full person. There's layers to here.
I think this is what you're trying to say.
Onions. They're onions.
A man wants to feel like more than a paycheck. A woman wants to feel like more than that. Yeah, I feel like that's the comparison.
That's
because I understand why men get turned off like that. I also understand why women get turned off like that. Like with the whole sex thing.
I'm like, that's actually extremely sexual, but that was such a turn off.
You have to earn that shit. You have to earn that shit. That doesn't start by rolling in with a dick pic. I'm like, do you know my favorite color? See, when people ask genuine questions in dating, like, what type of music do you like? What type of hobbies do you have? What's your favorite color? Like, what do you like to do when you don't, like, when you ask for a type?
Or why did you want to do that with your life?
Yeah.
Why did you know this?
Yeah. What's your thoughts around that? My favorite colors and all the tip of your dick. I'm so sorry. 100%. Like, I actually never asked to see that.
So let's talk about, how do we redefine our boundaries and see boundaries more as a love filter and not necessarily a wall?
Yeah,
it's everything.
The difference between a filter, a boundary, and a wall is huge. I feel like women often, we actually talked about this earlier, we have a tendency to think that a boundary makes you hard or like too aggressive or anything like that, where I feel like you can be extremely soft and it'll be the most attractive thing to women.
Absolutely.
And you can say boundaries in a very soft way. It's like, hey, I really enjoyed talking to you last night. I am going to be busy today. I don't have time to talk, but I'll look forward to talking to you in another day. You know, stuff like that, so that if you're not replying to messages or you're not answering phone calls, then it's understood.
Yeah. And a lot of that I love is just pure honesty.
Yes.
Like, I actually just don't have time.
Yeah.
And I am busy doing, I put all my effort into something else in my life right now, and I just really don't want to do this. Yeah, or I just really don't want to do this. Or just pure honesty. Or I don't see a connection with you.
Yeah.
And it's really just that we don't have it together.
Yeah. Well, and that one's a really good one, because I think a lot of times people get offended. And I think it's actually a grace. You're giving the other person a grace when you're like, I thought this was going somewhere, but it really didn't go where I wanted it to.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed our time together, but I think it's time for us to take a new direction.
Yes.
And I just,
honestly, the best thing you can get someone.
yeah.
And it's also like, there have been dudes that are like really attractive that I've dated, and it's just not there. Like, it feels like I have to try too hard. And so it's not like, and they have good personalities too. It's not like it's offensive if someone says that. If someone says like it's just not there between us, it's just not there between us.
It's a respectful thing.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's not being mean or aggressive. That also, in the subject of softness, I think there's so many ways a woman can take a boundary and be too mean with it. And you're taking up from
Yeah, I think that I guess they're gonna be a little bit in too many times. Oh, dude.
Well, and I think something to remember through this is I'm not going to let somebody else shape who I am. So I'm not going to let their behavior or the way they treated me, the way that they disappointed me, the way they hurt me, I'm not going to let that change me.
Yeah.
I'm going to choose to say soft. I want to change open because I don't want that to change my next relationship. And so that's a hard thing to do because what I want to say to them is this, you'll say it. And then,
Need to work on that.
well, you don't need to talk about more. So,
He's like, what to do with it? It's alright.
You know what? You said, what did you say after?
Your mom was actually.
I apologize.
Thank you.
My therapist told me to.
That's one of the.
Then again, he kind of was like, that's determines. It's a brother though. It's not a relationship.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different.
Yeah. And I think that's pretty normal with this.
Yeah.
To say exactly how they feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like apologize is huge.
True. And I think in like a boyfriend, unless he did something horrible at yelling at him like that, it's just like rather.
Well, I feel like, okay, we're talking about boundaries. Family is number one that needs boundaries. Like,
Yes.
that was something.
Absolutely.
All right.
So sometimes the kindest thing you can do is saying nothing. Yeah. That is the kindest thing you can do with boundaries with the boundaries. Like if I'm not in the space to say something, there's
Just observe.
I just need to observe.
Yeah.
I need to process, and then I just need to.
I think there's more often than not, observation and presence with family is the most important thing. You're there, you're providing support if they need it, whoever it is, but you do not need to include them in their
And I have to remember it's not about me.
Yeah.
It's about whatever's going on with them,
Yeah.
their life, their feelings, the way they're processing it, and it has nothing to do with me.
Definitely.
It's a very hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just have to lock myself in the room, my own room.
Once in a while.
It's been a while since I've had to do that. But
I'm not,
yeah, that's a rock star. Well, because my mouth can get a little bit mean.
I love your mouth. It's defended me in bad situations.
That's true.
When we go out together, she is not a good bodyguard.
I will.
I tend to
That's
get
what I
too-
yell
I tend to get a little bit too soft.
Yeah. You are a softie.
A little bit
Yeah.
too much in some situations. Except for when I'm a solo traveler, which we will talk about within the podcast. I am not soft.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
When you have your guard dog next to you.
when I have a guard dog and being soft, it's like,
Oh my gosh, sometimes
Yes.
when I'm out with myself there's been times I've been out with girlfriends and I'm like, what is it that's just repelling everybody? And they're like, have you seen your face? And I'm like, yeah, they just spoke my mind. I'm like, I need more Botox. I'm like, as soon as the Botox started swearing off, the face is just, it says it all. I don't even say much. I'll just be like,
you want to cry.
No, literally. And I was throwing the football with him last night, and he was like, I can always tell when you're scared to hit my face or something because your face will never hide an emotion.
She has been like that since infancy. She came out of the movie with
a figure expression.
yes.
Yeah, like, why the
Well,
fuck am I
and,
here?
like those photos that grandma sent me on my birthday,
Yes.
the baby ones, I just have, I look so pissed.
How they were.
I was in a swing. I was literally being slung. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
they were
I
doing
love this.
So I can do better than this.
I was like, I was 2 years old. You're 3 years old. And I looked like
I always loved that about you.
Yeah.
I can't listen. Well, I couldn't use it though.
Yeah, well, and you could probably watch her and know exactly what she's thinking, what she needed, what she.
I was like her with her energy. I was like,
Yep. The motherhood superpower. Yeah, I feel like when a mom is really connected to her kids, they don't have to say a word. They're just like,
mom, it.
yeah, it's the best kind of connection.
It's
That's the biggest thing.
Very honest.
having some fun. And I think another thing to keep going from this too is like, how do we stay in our feminine space? Or how do we stay who we are amongst the disappointment? And when this happens and we're hit with the disappointment in a relationship like that, how do you stay soft?
Well, but
How do you
I
stay
think
soft?
it's just one thing that I've had to think about is like their actions have everything to do with them, nothing to do with you, which is like kind of what we were saying earlier about family, but it's also in dating.
Absolutely.
Like my ex-boyfriend that cheated on me and has to do probably him being insecure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like straight up insecure with that and not with me. Because I was amazing for him most of the time.
Yeah. I had some recently, like, making comments about, like, would you be angry? Like, do you want that person to fail?
Oh.
And the thing that I thought was absolutely no. I want them to succeed. I want them to be happy because I don't want them to be that honor that person. I want them to be happy in a relationship so that person they're with doesn't have to experience.
Yeah.
Yep. So
You don't want patterns to be repeated, and you don't have control over it. But your response to certain situations creates an energy. So, say, like with me and my ex, not to deflect or anything on, but like we have such a good relationship because I'm the same way. I want him to succeed. I want him to be happy. I want him and his wife to do well. And I don't wish any harm. And I think that that's one way I connected with you, is you are the same way. When somebody has hurt you or like hurt you in a way, even if it's not a deliberate hurt, maybe it was just you ended up getting hurt. It wasn't anything they did.
yeah,
Absolutely. Like
it's because you're just a product of their environment, or how they grew up, their parents,
or timing or anything like that. Like it doesn't mean you have to wish them harm or ill or want anything to crumble in their lives.
Skin's a flat tire.
Yeah.
That's like a friend. If you say that you hate their boyfriend for like a fight or whatever, then they're not going to talk to you about that if they're still going to be with them. So
Absolutely.
they'll add to their emotions, but I'm not going to say like
Don't give her opinion.
Yeah.
because that's what
completely agree with you.
my one friend in high school, even though she hated my boyfriend at the time, she was always like there for me. She wouldn't really say stuff because I was still with them, and she was just there for me instead.
I know.
Who opens down?
That's hard. That's a good friend.
With them. And
Don't give your opinion.
Yeah, love that.
don't give your opinion. Just be there for them because they're not going to listen. I know from experience they're not going to listen.
I actually learned that from my parents. One of your exes was to, although I didn't really care for him, I never gave my opinion.
Yeah, I think I learned that from you and too. He was a bad person.
Generationally,
Not a bad person. He did not treat me well.
Yes, bad behavior.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who he is now, but yes, didn't treat me well. But I never you never were like, oh wait, don't want him around or like whatever, because I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to be with him, so I'm going to be with them.
And if you're going to be with him, I don't want to stay or do anything that I'll.
Yeah, because then I'll cut you off from something.
Right.
100%.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I want you to be like forever. And I want to be the person that you come to if it doesn't work out, or if it does, or if you're sad, or if you're this. And if I talk shit on you one time, and then you get back together, you're not going to come back to me next time. Yeah, I need to be the person to come to every time and just love you and just hold.
I think every parent on the planet wants this.
Yeah,
Because we all worry, like, if we're too hard on our children, when are they ever going to come back to us?
but the thing is, you have to just expect it. You have to hold space and trust your child.
Yeah.
This is where it comes to trusting your child to make a decision. I have to trust you enough that you can fall on your face, you can fail, you can succeed. You have made this choice to date him. So if you're hurting and you're dating this person I don't like, it's still not my decision.
Yeah.
So I have to wait for you to get out of this relationship, and all I can do is support you, and I can't talk trash on you.
Yeah.
And I think this is a very important thing for parents to hear, because what I want is a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that showing you if I just keep showing you that I trust you?
Is your opinion worth that relationship?
Yeah.
Just closer.
Yeah. And also I think eventually giving you enough confidence to make that decision for yourself. Because what happens if you break up because of me? The next time you get to a relationship, you're like, I can't make any decisions for myself. I'm stupid. I don't know what to do. Only my mom knows what I should do. I need to ask her. Which that's not true. You're smart. You're brilliant. You're capable.
Yeah.
All people are if they turn to their inner knowing. So it's like you need to teach your child to listen to their inner knowing. even if they're not in the situation you want them to be in.
Yeah.
You know.
Huge.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
You know what?
Unpacked and Unfiltered.
Yeah. Every conversation that her and I have is
That made honestly just sounds like that.
It does. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Seeing your guys' relationship together. Oh, because I hear that all the time, like from my house, but then to see it firsthand is so fucking cute. Oh, it's so cute. Besties, but like, kudos to you for knowing like a lot of core parenting things that I think a lot of people fuck up.
Oh, I did plenty of times.
But you still like, sure, in a state of mind that I can be your best friend the second I graduate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because like what we were talking about earlier, like the parent, they might stop talking to the parents, and the parent like says that like about the poison or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I feel like the way that you raised me, like I've always been able to talk to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We both know all the mistakes I made. There's been plenty.
Well, you know those mistakes.
That's it.
During like,
I think if you're not making mistakes, you can't evolve. You can't learn.
So it's true, and we can get closer because you've seen the worst parts of being used to.
So, thank you for coming and helping us unpack your story, aligned with her wisdom.
Yes.
And yours. I like the backup answer. So thank you for being on another podcast with us, Unpacked and Unfiltered, and
Send us your unfiltered stories. And
Yes.
ask you because we want to
include
share
more
them, include more people, and share them with everybody.
and maybe take some of the lessons from other people's stories
Yes.
and help get them on a bigger scale so that we can all learn from other people's experiences versus us
Absolutely.
going through a lot of
Well,
experience.
they can also like ask questions and get advice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Add in the DMs, ask questions, even if they're completely inappropriate. We'll just say.
Yeah. Oh, it's nice.
We'll help them still.
We'll probably
We'll
still
still have
answer. Yes.
All right. Have a good one. Bye.
See ya.